views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Straight ahead on this edition of Perspectives, February's African American History Month. It is also American Heart Health Month. Coming up, we talk about a time that the nation turns its attention to keeping families and communities from heart disease, the number one killer of Americans. On this edition of Perspectives, Donna Joseph and Katherine Acevedo of the Eta Omega Omega chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated joins me as they talk about collaborating, promoting heart health right here in the borough of the Bronx. Stay with us. Perspectives begins now with yours truly, Daren Jaime.
What's on your mind? Express what's on your mind. What's on your mind?
Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decisions. Cause in the long run, it's your voice, your views, your vision. Keeping it real with many messages for you to know. This ain't radio, but DJ runs the show. Entertainment, he rocks it. Politics, he locks it. The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective with shines of light. Cause it might make a difference in someone else's life.
Make a difference in someone's life. Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share your perspective.
What's your perspective? Let them know.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to Perspectives. We are glad here to have you sharing with us. As always, you can watch Perspectives right here on BronxNet's Channel 67. Of course, we encourage you to stay connected to our social media platforms at BronxNet TV. If you're looking to catch it to us on social media, our professional page, Daren C. Jaime on Facebook, DC Jaime 23 on Twitter and Instagram. There you can get information as well as inspiration. As we are here turning our attention to the month of February, as we said in the lead, it is African American History Month. Some people say Black History Month. Some people say African American History Month. But the truth is, it's still our history. In February, it marks the 56th consecutive American Heart Health Month, and it's a federally recognized effort that turns its attention to keeping families and communities free from heart disease. Heart disease is actually the number one killer of Americans, causing more deaths than actual forms of cancer. Joining me now to talk a little bit about their efforts to help the Bronx become actually healthier are two special ladies from the Eta Omega Omega chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. First, we introduce you to Donna Joseph. Donna's been an active member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for over 20 years. Donna's held positions on the local and regional level of the sorority and currently the president of Eta Omega Omega chapter. She oversees the operational functions of the chapter and is the official representative of the chapter. We also welcome to the show Katherine Acevedo. She's been a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated since 1986. And an active member of the Eta Omega Omega chapter since 2012. She served in several roles in the chapter and organization. Currently, she serves as vice president and program chairman of the Eta Omega Omega chapter. As the chairman of the program committee, she promotes and interprets the program of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and assists the chapter in the implementation of the sorority program. We want to welcome the both of you to Perspectives, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Good. Listen, before I even take the time to even delve into what you're here for, which is talking about Heart Health Month and going red, I want to get your take. I mean, we're in February, and just a short time ago, the United States elected the 46th president of the United States. That's Joe Biden, of course, but then also Kamala Harris, who not only is the vice president of the United States, but also an AKA. So just give me your thoughts first and foremost on having an AKA, the first African-American woman who's the vice president also of Asian-American descent. Your thoughts on Kamala Harris being elected the vice president?
So we are absolutely not spokespersons for the entire sorority, but we are absolutely proud to have a member as well as a woman, as well as a person of color in the White House, bringing different issues to the table and to the forefront. So we're just excited as we go into this new decade.
Yeah, talk about chucks and pearls. I mean, obviously, a lot of women were out there wearing pearls on that day, and I guess Katherine, for you, an opportunity to wear pearls too.
Absolutely, chucks and pearls. I represented. It was just a great way to give a nod to Vice President Kamala Harris, and who's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Yeah, congratulations to you both on having a sister member who is now the Vice President of the United States. But let's turn our attention to this month. As we said, it's African American History Month, but it's also Heart Health Month. And we want to make sure that people are educated. And I know that that's the mission of the sorority in this time, making sure that people become more familiar about heart disease and going red. And so, Donna, share with us a little bit about the sorority's work in this particular area.
So we traditionally, we have major focuses, and one is on health awareness. And so over the years, the information for women in terms of the medical field hasn't been consistent. So we have a current focus specific towards women and heart health, because a lot of times women have signs and doctors overlook it. And so it's very important to educate the community on signs and how to advocate for themselves when they walk into the doctor's office.
And Katherine, a little bit more about, the awareness, because you guys are really taking the time to have some awareness. You got a couple of events coming up. So talk to us a little bit about your personal involvement in getting the message out to the community.
Yes, as the program chair, we focus on several targets under the international program of the sorority. This happens to be under Target 2, Women's Health Care and Wellness. And we make sure that we continue to bring awareness to our community. We're committed to promoting healthy hearts. We do it through fitness activities. And February 5th, our Pink Goes Red is just one way that we do it. We encourage walking. We have another initiative called Walking with the Supreme. In any way that we could share with the community, the women, African American women in the community, how critical health issues are. And this event is just one way to continue to raise that awareness.
And Donna, in the midst of COVID-19, I know that we are in a time where we're now going virtual. Talk to us about, even though we've got COVID, we're still going forward with the event and also on a virtual platform.
Absolutely. So we just have to be more creative and shift our ideas and our programs. And Katherine is our program chair. She's done an excellent job in doing that. We've been doing Pink Goes Red in the Bronx for 10 years. And so we've built up a clientele. So through social media, we're still connected, and we are shifting our programs virtually. So everyone can still be able to take advantage of eating healthy through an online cooking class. They'll be able to exercise in the comfort of their home, and we can still give out those reminders and health tips while everyone is safe at home.
Can you share with me a little bit about the messaging, even within the sorority, when we talk about heart disease, I should say, and it being the number one killer of Americans in the United States? Talk to me a little bit about when you share it with the women. What's some of the conversations? What's some of the reactions that are being had?
I think sometimes if you go to the doctor and you weigh on the scale and they tell you everything is fine, then you take the doctor's advice. And over the years, we've had members, and we've also had community residents that find out information. Prior to Pink Goes Red, we would have health fairs, and you would have the blood pressure screening, similar to what we have at Pink Goes Red as well, blood pressure screening. They would screen you for diabetes, and sometimes people did not know that their numbers were high. So we definitely want to encourage the community to continually check their numbers so that they are aware and they know what to look for.
Yeah. And Katherine, I know you've done a good job of putting the boots on the ground and getting people involved in terms of organization and building community in this. Share a little bit about how you're able to actually build your community to get the awareness out and to get people to the table.
We use social media a lot now to promote what we're doing. We make sure the activities are engaging and relevant and accessible. That's really important, getting it out there in that way. And we think that the activities that we have planned for February 5th, even though it's virtual, is still going to get that engagement that we're looking for. We have Zumba. We have a Food Network winner who is going to do a food demo for us. And so even though it's virtual, we still feel that the impact is going to be the same, and that's what we're looking for.
Well, Katherine and Donna, I want you to stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. We've got more show here on Perspectives. Coming up, we're talking to the AKAs who are in the house talking about going red. We're talking about Health Month, American Health Month. More on Perspectives. We'll be right back right after this. And welcome back here to Perspectives. Daren Jaime here with you. I am with the ladies from the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Eta Eta Omega Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. Try saying that. I got it right. Listen, I want you to know they're here. They're talking about going red. It's, of course, February, not just African American History Month, but American Heart Health Month. We want you to find out more information, get checked out, and find some more awareness about heart disease. As we said at the top of the show, heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, killing more than even cancer itself. And so the importance of getting the message out, and the ladies of the AKAs are here with us, sharing and giving us more information. And so, Donna, in addition to this, I know that you guys are very active and doing a whole lot of things, but before we even get into some of the other activities that you do as a sorority, tell us a little bit about the AKAs for someone who may not be so familiar. I know Kamala Harris has put the AKAs on the map in a major way, but we know you've been around since 1908.
Yes, we were founded on January 15th, 1908. And over the years, our focal point has stayed the same: to encourage high scholastic and ethical standards, and definitely to be of service to all mankind. So we do a myriad of programs in the community, as well as enriching the community. So it can be from concerned about health, concerned about economics, and that changes from time period, from civil rights movement to Black Lives Matter, the focus with voter registration, voter disenfranchisement. And so just over 100 years, 113 years, but we still have work to be done in our communities.
Yeah. Katherine, you're the program chairman for this, chairperson, I should say, for this particular event. But I want to talk to you about organization, because as a sorority, we know that in addition to this, you guys are mobilized to do a lot of work. But tell us about just the organization process and the mobilization process for you, because it's something that the sorority is known for. When we talk about Kamala Harris and the fact that she is now the Vice President of the United States, much of that was on the back of your sorority and the Divine Nine, actually getting people out there and getting registered to vote.
Yes. Mobilization is a big part of almost all that we do in the sorority. You know, Pink Goes Red is just one of 7 of our impact days. We have 7 of them. And all of those impact days calls for all chapters here in the United States and internationally to do service around these different issues and concerns for caregivers, HBCU Day is a big day where we've raised $1 million in one day for HBCUs. Breast cancer awareness, MLK Day of Service, which just passed, which is a big event for us, and Global Impact Day, recognizing that there are issues not just here, but globally.
No, I mean, it's a lot of work, and certainly we know that you put your heart and your soul into it. And at the end of the day, when we look at the work that's being done right now, we could say that Vice President Kamala Harris definitely gets to that seat because of the great work of not just your sorority, but the Divine Nine and others who really pitched in. I want to talk to a little bit more about Donna, about this whole issue of red awareness, right? Can't forget the topic of discussion today. When did you first become aware about how heart disease was affecting so many people?
I would have to say when I was in college, I was aware. Because, and I don't want to stereotype for all college students, but college students traditionally do not eat healthy.
Right.
They don't have a lot of money, so then you end up eating what you can afford. And I don't know about anybody else, but when I was in college, I didn't drink water. We drank a lot of juice, we drank a lot of soda. And so after graduation, you would get information about people you went to college with that had a heart attack at 25, had a stroke at 27. So I was aware at a young age, and started to make some adjustments in myself. And then on the sorority level, when we had the health fairs, the people that you would invite so that you are covering the caliber of people, it's not just a concern for people who are over 65, right? You need to start adjusting. I'm a high school educator, and over the years, they've adjusted in high schools as well. That was one of the programs that I liked under Michelle Obama in terms of trying to get young people to be cognizant of the decisions you make today and what you put in your mouth today will impact you later on.
Yeah. And for both of you, I mean, obviously awareness is key and critical. Talk to us about some of the success that you've had through this event in reaching people and some of the responses that you received.
I think people get diagnosed, they're cognizant, they see their numbers, they come back the next year and they actually express, listen, my numbers were high, I followed up my doctor and I needed to go on medication. Or the joy that I like seeing in Pink Goes Red is when you see someone one year and then you see them the next year and you're like, whoa, you look different, because they've been utilizing the strategies that they learned from the previous year. They've lost weight, their numbers went down, they incorporated some of the healthy eating. So that's always a positive with Pink Goes Red and our other programs as well.
Katherine, if viewers are just joining us and they want to find out more about your upcoming event, please let them know right now.
Make sure you go to our website. I think it's
we got it listed right there. You don't have to worry about it. We got you right on the lower thread.
Thank you. Go to our website. There's also a link for the event. It's February 5th. It's all virtual. You could work out from the comforts of your home, get some healthy tips, grab the ingredients, simple ingredients right out of your refrigerator. And make sure that you're there to get the wealth of information from the medical and health professionals that will be presenting as well.
Yeah. How accommodating has the health community been? When you say you want to put an event like this together, I know it's reaching out to them. Some people say that, when it comes to getting access to resources and bringing this information available, sometimes it's a hard pull. But for you guys have been able to do this and really pull this off in a major way for some time. Yes.
We've been fortunate to have to collaborate this event with the Delta Sigma Theta Bronx alumni chapter. So they too bring resources. We have doctors and those in the medical profession in our chapters. So do they. So do the members of Delta Sigma Theta. So we've been fortunate to, cull and pull resources right there within our own chapters, because like you said, during this time, it has been difficult getting the resources we would normally get to fit into the day that we need to do this event and so forth. But we're fortunate to have those resources within our chapters.
Katherine and Donna, stay with me. We got more show coming up. We got to take a quick break. Coming up after the break, we continue our conversation Going to ask a question about COVID-19 and how that's impacted the organization. We'll find out about that in a moment.
New Yorkers have mastered existing in crowded places and walking fast. Now is the time to master social distancing. Social distancing means creating more personal space between yourself and others, at least 6 feet. Creating more physical distance protects yourself and other New Yorkers from the spread of coronavirus. To do your part, stay home. Stay connected through calls, texts, and video chats. If you have to go out for essentials like food and medicine, avoid crowds and put space between yourself and other people standing in line. If you go outside, just remember to keep 6 feet of space between yourself and others. This is not just about you. It's also about protecting the most vulnerable and preserving the health of essential workers who are on the front lines. If you're feeling overwhelmed, connect with counselors at NYC Well. Text COVID to 692-692 for real-time updates or visit nyc.gov/coronavirus.
And welcome back here to Perspectives. Daren Jaime here with you. We are continuing our conversation with Donna and Katherine from the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. They're talking about American Heart Health Month, and we're talking about the conversation about improving people's awareness when it comes to heart disease. Heart disease being the #1 killer of Americans, more than actually cancer itself, any form of cancer. But throughout the course of the last year, we've all been dealing with COVID-19. So Donna, I'll start with you first. Talk to us and let us know a little bit about how COVID-19 has actually impacted the work that you do at the sorority.
We definitely want to stay connected to all of our members. Our chapter here in the Bronx, we have over 130 members. And so moving into COVID, obviously we've been connecting virtually. So we try to do a myriad of programs to keep us connected. We actually did dance class, exercise class, cooking classes. And then we do have our operational meetings, but we definitely try to keep in contact with each other. We have phone tree, we have like a buddy system where we can check in. Everyone's texting and GroupMeing and Zooming much more, but we definitely want to stay connected because everyone's inside and not getting that regular person-to-person hugging. We're used to hugging and seeing each other and staying connected. The best we can do is try to stay connected virtually.
And can you give me a little bit more, Katherine, about yourself? I mean, obviously you do a lot of reaching out to people, organizations. What's it been like? How challenging has it been to put together a virtual event, given the fact that, we've got these challenges right now?
Yeah, it really wasn't easy at first, right? We came back from conference in March, and boy, things just went total left for us, and we had to really just be creative. We're fortunate to have members who can think on their feet, think out the box, flip some of these programs that we have to virtual platforms and do it well and almost do it seamless. Behind the scenes, sometimes it's difficult and we have to think about things in a totally different way. But very proud of chairs and co-chairs that serve, under the program committee. They've done a fantastic job of moving all of our programs virtually.
Donna, for people who want to get connected to you guys and be a part of all that you're doing, and you're doing some great things within the community, not just with Pink Goes Red, but all the other things that you do throughout the course of the year, how do they go about doing that?
We can definitely stay abreast of our upcoming events through social media. We are on Facebook and Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but we also post our flyers and upcoming events and pictures of past events on our website, which is www.aka-adaomegaomega.com. Thank you. We tend to keep our events on the website as well. So you can see past events, you can see pictures, there are links to other media interviews that we've had so that you can stay connected with us. But our Facebook and Instagram get updated every other day.
Mm-hmm. What has been the biggest challenge for you guys throughout this whole thing with COVID, just as a sorority?
I would say I'm used to seeing, I've been a member for over 20 years. Catherine's been a member over 30. And so we're used to seeing each other and embracing one another and being able to physically support one another. And I think for me, that has been the toughest. At one point, I was in the house for 52 days straight. You still went back to the basics, picking up the phone and calling someone and not texting them. So there are some positives, but I would say that that is definitely something that we're missing, where you can just embrace someone and show love and affection and support.
Katherine, for you?
I have to agree. The sisterly relation activities that we do for us, after we work hard, we like to play hard as well with each other. Just the connectivity, being able to be there, celebrate some of the things that we do with one another. That's been the hardest during this time.
Yeah. And so going forward, in the short term, really, I got a few seconds left, but tell us, what can we expect to see and hear from you guys moving on for the rest of the quarter?
We definitely have some upcoming events that we do. And so you could definitely check out the website, but we do have Financial Literacy Month is coming up. We have a mentoring program, #CAP, which we've been doing in the Bronx for over 25 years. Breast cancer awareness is coming up as well.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we want to make sure we refer you guys to the website. Want to let you know that that's how the best way that you can probably get in touch and find out. Katherine, one more time before we go. Tell them about the upcoming event and how they can get in touch.
Yes, definitely go to our website, www.aka-adaomegaomega.com. It's this Friday, February 5th at 7 p.m. Please join us. You can also check us on Eventbrite. You could find the event on Eventbrite as well.
All righty. Well, thank you guys so much, ladies, I should say, so much for joining us. Being a part of a very special event as we bring awareness, right, to heart and making sure that people are healthy. If you just missed at the top of the show, we did say that heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans today. Not cancer, heart disease. So making sure that people are informed, making sure that people are aware, and the ladies of Eta, Omega, Omega, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority have shown with us today what a little organization and what a little getting together can do to bring about awareness and make our community better. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All righty. Donna and Katherine, our guests here on Perspectives, want to thank you also as well. I gave you my little perspective. Listen, I think it's important for all of us, right, to really take this seriously. When we talk about heart disease comes in many different forms. We think about people with hypertension, particularly in communities of color. A lot of people deal with hypertension, diabetes, all of these things that are centered around heart disease. We want to make sure that people are aware. So on today's Perspectives, yes, you had the opportunity to meet the wonderful women of the Eta, Omega, Omega, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, who let us know exactly what you can do in terms of being a part and being a part of a community as we stand in common unity to deal with heart disease. I'm Daren Jaime saying thank you for all of us here on Perspectives. Stay safe. Be sure to share your perspective with somebody else. You just don't know. It might make a difference in somebody else's life. Take care. God bless. We'll catch you next week.